Welcome to the
Did you put that one? Hi, everyone. I am Melissa Radke, and welcome to Streamer. This is a podcast where I give you my feelings on things that you didn't even ask for. Okay? So welcome to Streamer. Let me explain a little bit what is going on right now, what you're seeing and hearing. So, Streamer, that's with an H, like stream her, okay? Power to the women. Streamer is a podcast that we started a couple of weeks back before quarantine was popular. Because people are not in their frickin' frackin' cars right now and going to their frickin' frackin' jobs. We have noticed that people are online a lot more. So, we are recording Streamer live in front of a studio audience.
Yeah, all right. Woo.
Oh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. It's really great to see you. Okay, that's plenty. We are also recording it for a podcast. So if you by any chance are considered essential in life and you have a job, good for you. Not all of us are. Okay, then you can listen to this in your car. We are editing it for the podcast Streamer. Or perhaps you are on a live that we are doing right now, in which case, welcome to Streamer. And I am your host, Melissa Radke. Today, we are going to be talking about two movies that I have recently watched. Normally, I just bring you one movie or one television show, one streaming, what's the word I'm looking for? Streaming show is the word I'm looking for. Normally I bring you one, but y'all, these quarantine times, they ain't a-changing. We're still home. We're still watching stuff. So I'm bringing you two because perhaps I want to give you some hope of something you can watch, or perhaps I want to spare you. But either way, I am going to be talking to you about two things that I've watched recently, and I want to tell you about them, okay? But this is Streamer, so before we get into it, I cue the music.
Do-do-do-do, do-do.
Now, if you were listening to that on the podcast, you would have actually heard real music right there. And it does indeed sound better than David Radke dancing behind me. But it doesn't look better. No, it doesn't. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. I love your comments as they're coming in. And I want to know what you think about these two things that I'm going to talk to you about. So I'm going to talk to you about two different movies, not shows, not like series, but two different movies. And this week I am talking to you about two things that have come both. Normally I would like to give you a Hulu and a Netflix and an Amazon and a Disney Plus. See how I mix it up? But these are both Amazon Prime, because Amazon Prime coming out with them, like making it rain. Amazon Prime is with their shows. And I'm going to talk to you about two different ones this week. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is called Blow the Man Down. Anybody? Blow the Man Down? So it came on. I watched the trailer for it and I was intrigued, to say the least. I had also heard a couple of people talking about Blow the Man Down, that it had some actresses in it that I personally really like. So David Radke, where are you? Right here. What is the name? I should have the woman's name that is in Blow the Man Down that I love, that reminds me of my mother. Remember the lady that every time we see her in anything, she's killing people? And I say, David, she reminds me of my mother. She is in Blow the Man Down. I need her name, Dave.
I'm working.
I need her name.
I'm working on finding her. Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale. Do y'all know who it is? Okay, if you follow Melissa Radke, you know I love Justified. I love me some Justified. Remember Justified with Timothy Oliphant? Remember Boyd Crowder? Justified is a great show. You should go look it up and watch it. That's not my point. Margot Martindale played in Justified, I believe season 2. She was this mean redneck killing thing. And I said then, well, if that don't remind me of my mother. But she was absolutely wonderful, and I've been a fan of hers ever since. So I saw that she was in Blow the Man Down, so I knew that I wanted to watch it. I watched the trailer, and do y'all not love her? I see that you guys are saying, love Margot Martindale. Love her. And you want to know an interesting fact? She's literally from right down the road. Born and raised in Jacksonville, Texas. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what. That is right down the road for me. So I've always said, if I ever write anything for television, which I'm gonna, and the role of my mother will be played by Margot Martindale. I'm telling y'all, for sure. My dad said, I would rather Jane Fonda play your mother, but I don't see that happening. Anyway, so Margot Martindale is in it. Also, June Squibb is in Blow the Man Down, and I love June Squibb. Most recently, June Squibb played Boomer's grandmother in Good Girls. Remember Boomer's grandmother that hid him in the attic? Sorry if you've not gotten to that part yet. That was like a long time ago. You surely have seen that. I love June Squibb. She's wonderful. Some other women that are like really powerhouse players were in this movie. So I thought, oh, I'm going to love it. You know what? Let's talk about it. I want to know your take. Did you see Blow the Man Down? It's not a series. It is a movie, an Amazon Prime movie. It's about 2 hours long. It's got a real Fargo feel to it. So everything happens in Massachusetts, and not the cool Boston Ben Affleck Massachusetts, but like the real like dock town, like seafaring. Yo ho, blow the man down. That kind of Massachusetts. And so it's got a Fargo-esque kind of feel to it. Remember how Fargo was it was just very different. It moved at kind of a different pace. Like some people would say it was kind of this like film noir kind of feel. And that's what Blow the Man Down. It definitely has that feel. It is a show. I wouldn't say it's a murder mystery. A murder happens. We know who did it. It ain't no mystery. It's will they get caught? What will happen? And it is kind of intriguing. It's a little bit of a thriller. There are some, sexy times in it. Perhaps. I don't know. You don't ever see anything. That sounds just like something I would have said to my mother when I was like 13. You don't see anything. But you know what? I wanted it to be better than it was. It wasn't the best that I've ever seen, but I really liked the actresses in it. I liked that it was kind of this band of women that banded together to yo-ho, Blow the Man Down. And I liked that. So it was interesting. I would suggest that you try it out. Some of you are not going to like it at all. You're just not. And some of you are going to be like, you know what? That's very different. Good for you, Amazon Prime. Good for you trying something different. Coming out with your Jack Ryan and your 000 about all the men killing all the things. And then you come out with Blow the Man Down. I thought it was different. Now, normally on Streamer, as y'all know, I like to give a Spanx. How many Spanx? That's my review. Like, some people are like, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Or how many Rotten Tomatoes? Well, on Streamer, I like to give it a Spanx review. And what I mean by that is, whenever I go and speak, I'm a public speaker. I know it's hard for y'all to believe right now, but I am. I travel all around the United States and I speak. And I base the importance of where I'm speaking off of how many Spanx I put on. So if I'm speaking to a large crowd, like there's thousands of people, I'm going to be upwards of 5 Spanx. But if I'm speaking to the Rotary Club 10 minutes down the road, they're going to get 1. They're going to get 1 Spanx from me. Okay, I'm not going to pull out all the stops. I'm not going to stuff myself like a sausage into its own casing. I ain't got time for that. So will I wear 5 Spanx for this movie? Will I wear 1 Spanx? Will I 2 Spanx it? Okay. Will I put upwards of 3 Spanx on for a movie where you're uncomfortable, but you can manage? Like, what is it? Okay. For this movie, I would wear 2 Spanx. That's not a lot. That's not a lot, you guys. That's like right above Rotary Club. Okay. That's like talking for the JCs. 2 Spanx is not a lot. To be perfectly honest, I should be wearing 2 Spanx right now. That should be like a daily gift. It's 2 Spanx, okay? Yes, Anna Banana says, wasn't crazy about the ending, very metaphorical. I would agree, but I don't know big words like that, so I'd have never come up with that on my own. But yes, Anna Banana, I totally agree. KJ Ducey says, only got through half of it. And I told you some of you would love it, and some of you would be like, next. Just added Blow the Man Down to my watch list. Thank you. KJ, okay, we get it. KJ is so upset about it. She says 0 Spanx. 0 spanks. Okay. But I'm just telling you, 2 spanks from me is not a ton. I'm just telling you. Okay. 2 spanks from me is not a ton because honestly, I should be wearing 2 spanks right now. That should be on any given day. That should be like a Tuesday. Any Tuesday, any day of the week, I should be wearing 2 spanks. So that's not a great review, you guys. I enjoyed the women in it. I enjoyed the women aspect of it. It was a little slow moving, but I did like that it was a little bit different. So go check out Blow the Man Down. Let me know what you think. Now to my second one. And yes, I gave a dramatic pause for emphasis. Okay? I wanted to give a lot of emphasis. That's emphasis. On this next one. It too is from Amazon Prime. It is called Selah and the Spades. Have you seen it advertised? Have you seen it come up on your Fire Stick? Have you seen it? Okay? Let me know. Okay? Beautiful young black girl, got braids. She's sitting in a cheerleading outfit in a big wicker chair. She got hair real long. Let me know. Has anybody seen it? Okay? You guys, you know a movie is bad when in the middle of it, I pause it. I look to the heavens and I say, dear God, I want to turn this movie off. I want to turn it off so bad. God, please let me turn this movie off. Please. I literally hate every single thing that is going on the screen. But I don't turn it off. And you know why? For y'all. I don't turn it off for y'all. I keep it on. Because if I'm going to do a review about it, I at least have to have finished it, right? Because what if I tell y'all to watch it, but I never finished it, and then at the very end, like something dramatic happens. Like everybody, I don't know. Everybody dies. I got to know. So for y'all, I did it for y'all. I finished Selah and the Spades. It was horrible. It was worse than horrible. Okay? Now, some of you tell me if you saw it. This is going to be like the time, maybe this is going to be like the time that I told y'all I watched Grace, A Fall from Grace on Netflix, and it was the worst thing I had ever seen. And then some of y'all are like, I really liked it, Melissa. What's wrong with you? One lady wrote me and said, I really liked that Fall from Grace on Netflix. I liked it a lot. And I wrote her back and said, well, you're wrong. You didn't like it. You hated it. You're very wrong, and I'm very right. And then she wrote me back and said, I'm never watching you again. No, seriously. It was horrible. Don't watch it. Don't let your teenagers watch it. Okay? Not because there was like sexy times or anything like that. There wasn't. But I have decided that I like things that are real life. I like things that are more real to life. I don't like, Janelle, what kind of movies are these? They're on Amazon Prime. I'm discussing Amazon Prime today. Okay. I don't like movies that are, kind of like dreamy or otherworldly. I guess I just cannot believe. I just do not believe in my heart of hearts that there is a private school out there with a bunch of wealthy kids who divide themselves into factions, okay? And then have meetings, and if the meeting doesn't go well, they just kill each other. I feel like we would have heard about it. I feel like we would have heard about this. It is that kind of thing where everything in it is very artsy. There's not even a lot of talking in this movie. That was probably the best part about it. There's not even a lot of talking. There's just a lot of music. It's one of those movies where they have a dance and everyone wears a mask. And then they just like dance to Frank Sinatra. But they're really like, we're so cool. I don't even know how we are this cool. It's y'all, it's so terrible. She kills somebody in the movie. Well, you find that out at the very beginning. I'm not giving anything away. And then she wants to kill a couple of other people because things aren't going her way. And her best friend looks at her and says, please stop killing people. You can't keep doing this. Now, I'm sorry, but the Margot Martindale in me is coming out. And I would just like to take spanking spoon to a bunch of these teenagers in this movie. It was horrible. I didn't like anything about it. It's called Sela and the Spades. Naturally, my daughter was like, oh, that looks cool because it's got a beautiful teen girl in it. So she thinks, oh, that's going to be really cool about teenagers. I watched it first. Thank God she's not watching it. Some of you were saying it looked low budget. It was very odd. Yes. I'm not literally seeing one single person that said that they watched that movie and liked it. Do not. Amazon Prime, God knows if you're listening to this, what were y'all thinking? What were you thinking? You just had a bunch of teenagers who were really attractive to look at, but maybe they were bad actors and you're like, don't give them any lines. Just let them dance around with some masks on. I think that is hilarious. I'm so sorry to Josephine who says, dang it, I was writing all these down as you were talking about them and then I just started crossing through them. Yeah, you're welcome. She was writing the names of these down as we were talking and then she just slowly started crossing through them. I'm just saving y'all time. You just don't want this, okay? You don't want it. So I'm going to take a couple of your comments. I'm still recovering from my husband making me watch The Tiger King. I don't know why you're recovering from that. Do you not feel like, do you not feel good about yourself after watching The Tiger King? I do. When I finished The Tiger King, I looked at my husband and I said, you know what? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We don't have any big cats. We're not charging people to come in. We're not killing each other and hiding them inside of a tiger. We're doing okay. You know what? We're going to make it. So I felt better personally about myself after The Tiger King. Let's see. Try The Lost Husband. Promise you will love it. It's a sweet story. Okay, The Lost Husband. Thank you. Have you watched Outer Banks on Netflix? I have not, but it is on my list. I need to watch that for you guys and let you know how it is. Poldark series on Amazon Prime is good. I have that actually in my watch list and had not gotten around to it. You'd love Mount Pleasant on Prime. Also good to know. I'm Not So Crazy and My Teeth Are Okay. I think that's how we should have all felt after Tiger King. We should have all gone to our restrooms, looked in the mirror, and said, you know what? I'm not so bad.
Somebody wanted a reminder of Home Before Dark.
What?
Somebody wanted a reminder of Home Before Dark. They didn't know it was called that, though.
Oh, okay. So David let me know he saw one of your comments. One of you asked about Home Before Dark. Home Before Dark is the show that we discussed last time on Streamer. It came out on Apple TV. Home Before Dark. We finished that series and I want to give you a little tip. It is very family friendly and it stayed family friendly throughout, okay? I was really worried that I had mentioned it to you guys and then what if on the very last episode, mom decides to go topless. I'd worried about that, okay? It didn't. It stayed so family friendly. Our kids got to watch it with us. It's just enough of a mystery to really keep kids involved. It was smart. It was sweet, but it was also good. It wasn't corny at all. We finished it. Our kids loved it. And it finished in a really cool way that made our kids excited about season 2, to which I thought, what if it didn't, I don't know, did it do well on Apple TV? I don't know. Is there going to be a season 2? And yes, a season 2 has already been confirmed. So yay for that. You and your family, if you're stuck home and you want something precious to watch, why don't you try Home Before Dark on Apple TV? And why don't you ixnay Sela and the Spades, okay? Just go ahead and say, hey, if I walk in this room and one of you is watching this cheerleader, okay, kill a bunch of other cheerleaders because she didn't get her way, I'm going to spank every one of y'all in this house. Just go ahead and say that to your family. I'm not kidding, okay? And then, if you're sick of being quarantined with your husband and you want to kill him, like this morning, we woke up early, David and I. We were laying in the bed talking to each other sweetly. And I just looked right into his eyes and I said, I want to suffocate you with a pillow. And then he was like, I know you do. And I was like, no, really, I do. I want to kill you right now. The fact that you would wake up at 6 a.m. and begin to talk about our budget makes me want to put this pillow over your head. Okay? Never, never, never take it off. then if that's the kind of mood you're in, Blow the Man Down would be a great one for you to watch. So see, y'all, that's why I'm here. I watch the shows for you, and then I tell you to watch them based off of the type of quarantine mood you're in, because I'm that good. You need me. Don't say you don't. You need me, and I'm happy to be here for you. Why? Because I'm Melissa Radke, and I'm the streamer. Why do you need a streamer? Because that TV ain't gonna watch itself. So, there are my streaming reviews. I hope that you guys enjoyed them. Like I said again, we are doing this on lives for you guys, but we are also uploading it. See my fancy mic right here? We're also uploading it onto my iTunes podcast called Streamer. That's Stream Her with an H. So you can check that out if you want, because before the quarantine happened, we had done lots of episodes about lots of shows. I also love it when you guys give me ideas for shows. So Poldark is on my watch list. I'll watch The Lost Husband as well. Yes, to keep us out of prison. I feel ya. Okay, so I love you too, Candy Mac. Thank you so much for watching. I thought you had hurt your arm. That mic was just in the right place. No, girl, no. I got to keep these arms in swinging motion in case David Radke gets out of line. All right, that's it, you guys. I like this to be short and sweet. I'm so glad that you wrote down my suggestions and then marked through them. Okay. Oh, let me do this really quickly. We'll just edit this in for the podcast. So, what is my Spanx review for Seela and the Spades? My Spanx review. I'm going to be totally honest. I wouldn't have put on 5 Spanx for Seela. I wouldn't have put on 4. I wouldn't have put on 3. I wouldn't have even put on 2. I would not have even put on 1 Spanx for Seela. Okay? Instead, I'd have sat butt naked and watched Seela and the Spades. That movie wasn't worth me putting on 1 bit of clothing. Not one. It is not worth your time, and it is certainly not worth you pushing everything down, sucking it in, holding it in, and pulling a Spanx over it. No, ma'am. We're not going to operate that way. You show us good stuff, Amazon Prime, and then, and only then, will we think about wearing a Spanx for you. Only then will I think about wearing a minimizer. But nuh-uh. Amazon Prime. You're not doing me like that. So it's a 0 Spanx. It's a -1 Spanx. You can't give a -1 Spanx. RL Lamarca 139. You can't give a -1. You can just sit there and watch it naked. Okay. All right. So that was my Spanx review for Seela and the Spades. Okay, so that is it for me. Thank you guys for watching and hopping on really quickly. And thank you very much for this. This is from Stitch Fix. I don't know where else it's from. It's just from my Stitch Fix. Okay, that's it. Love you guys very much. Thanks for watching. And check it out on wherever you listen, iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Bye.